Môre Jasit, dis goed om jou hierso te sien en ek waardeer regtig dat jy die moeite gemaak het om hier te wees vanoggend. But let's start and I want you to introduce yourself and your school to us.
Yeah, morning, Trudy. I hope you're also well. I think that if I can give an introduction, I'm Yasid Ismail. I've been at the school Vredefort Primary since 1995. I was promoted to principal in 1999. At that time, the school was mainly a colored school with a language of instruction in Afrikaans. It was a small school. We were only 2 staff members, so we were doing multi-grade teaching. And since then up to this year, we have managed to get, we are now 25 teachers plus 3 grade R practitioners. So the school have grown a lot. We received a new building in 2015. I joined PFP because my circuit manager, Dr. Miolet, has selected me with other principals. I was also excited as from our first meeting, I realized that we can learn a lot from one another. The business partners can learn from us as well as we can learn from the business partners.
Thank you so much, Yasid. And now I would like to hear from you. What were the key leadership lessons that you've learned through PFP? And also, what have you learned about yourself as a leader during this time?
I've learned that it is important to hear other people's opinion and not to jump quickly to the decisions. That we hear people out, that we listen what they are saying, because it can cause a conflict. I also learned that it's very important that we need to be consultative. As your opinion is not only the one that is going to work. So another thing that I learned also is to make your subordinates at ease. Make your subordinate at ease, especially when they are the company, in your company. Especially, you must see yourself as on their level and not to see you are the step higher. You will also gain a lot of respect to that. In my leadership, what I've learned, that the practices that the business are applying and the school has sometimes a lot in common. The way we approach things and so on, it's also been done by businesses. The people under you will grant you more respect towards you when you listen to them attentively and respect their opinion. Also, what I've learned is with the technology now, that the Zoom that we can conduct or the team meetings that we conduct via the internet is really fruitful, especially when it comes to communication.
Thank you, Yasid. And we've done 3 lovely trainings throughout the year. Can you give us a few practical examples of what the training meant to you and how do you use it as a leader and the impact that it had on you as a leader, especially during this difficult year?
Yeah, I introduced the circle meeting to the staff. They were but not comfortable with the manner in which we were doing the sitting arrangements because they're used to lecturing, facing in front, and then we are in front giving them instructions from the top down. But when you are in the circle, they feel part of decision making and so on. Also, what I can say regarding listen attentively is that when you and show them the necessary respect and let them speak until they are done. We really has come to understanding to say that we respect one another, and then they are not, if you make a decision, they will also just say no, let us rather sit. I've in my workplace I have many consultants regarding, especially with the pandemic. I've consulted a lot with the union representatives at the school before we introduced the plan. And that resulted in cooperation from all the members at the school. So I think that is very important.
Yasit, you and your partner, Dimapi, started off with a bang, and you had this big meeting with all the stakeholders just before lockdown. And then he just got pulled into it, into all the survival things, just to save his businesses and to be hands on in everyone. Is there any lessons that you've learned from your partner or being in a partnership? What did you learn through that?
Truly, I really think that it's like the top of the iceberg. When we see a business is successful, we never see underneath the iceberg of the top because of all the sweat and all the things that is going in and all the those things that can be thrown upon you. With my partner Mapi, I've realized that comes to push comes to shuffle, you really have to attend to your things to survive in this world. We started off with a bang. We have met a lot of plans in place, but unfortunately we couldn't pursue with it because of the pandemic. Uh, we have um, we have 2, 3 meetings where we were sitting and planning, but I have empathy with him and regarding why he have to. I don't want to say neglect me or something like that, but I think he really needed to put his full attention to the business, as he was indicating to me. He lost a lot of people, even people close to him that he lost because of this pandemic. Even the business people, the person that left him, and he was have to do it himself. So I really think that we are so to say no, but these people know how to do things. Hence, I was saying that we are actually learning from one another. It's not to say it's a one-way communication. It's something mutual. He gained some experience of what I have done in practice, and he could have also shared what he has done in practice. So I think with this thing that was happening to him, Trudy, I really think that he has actually taught me to be alert, and I exactly know now if something like this is coming to me. Remember, we can easily lose a teacher also at school. That was an asset. We can even lose 5 to 10 teachers at the school, and then we have to see how we can do, because appointment of teachers is not easy, right? Because teachers are scarce, and sometimes we have to jump in ourselves as SMT to cover the work that was done. The same that Dimapi is doing now. He has to go down to the ground and see that his business is surviving for the year.
realize you also mentioned to me that even though you have comorbidities, you went into the classrooms to support and to teach where there wasn't enough teachers. Am I right?
Yes, I have to stand in, especially when we have reduced the periods per subject. I have also stand up and go and teach where I can assist, because remember, during the pandemic, if someone just have a cough or something, they were so scared in the beginning. They just said they rather stay at home before they can contract this disease, this virus. So I'm saying that we have to stand out. We have to go down to the ground. We have to roll up our sleeves, because at the end, if we want to survive, the people are looking up to you. If you're having a negative attitude, and you are not there positive to drive them off, you really need to, you really are going to fail the system as it is. I
Yeah.
like the slogan of one of the schools, the Latin one, "Itsi faciti." It means doing it yourself.
Wow. Thank you. And thank you for ending on this high note. And I really appreciate your commitment during this year. Thank you very much, Yasid.
Now, and you, Trudy, also for introducing us to this thing. I know it was your first group, and you have done a good job considering the circumstances, and we are really proud of you. I can also say that for my school, I'm really proud of the staff for really managing this pandemic in such a way that we didn't have any casualties regarding of the learners.
Well,
Thank you
baie
again.
dankie. Thank you so much and well done, Yasid.